We're going to review the freeandclear.com biweekly mortgage acceleration calculator, which is a mortgage calculator that allows you to determine how much money you can save and how quickly you can pay off your biweekly mortgage by applying loan acceleration or paying more than the required biweekly payment. To find the biweekly mortgage acceleration calculator, simply click on the Mortgage Calculators tab on the top left of any page on freeandclear.com, and that will take you to a page that lists all the calculators available on Free and Clear. The biweekly mortgage acceleration calculator is located on the right side of the page and is listed under Mortgage Acceleration Calculators. If you click on the triangle to the right of the calculator title, it reveals a brief description of the calculator. I'm going to click on the calculator title, which will take us to the calculator page. I'm going to briefly review mortgage acceleration before I walk through the calculator step by step. Simply put, accelerating or overpaying your biweekly mortgage payment means paying more than the required amount. For example, if your scheduled biweekly mortgage payment is $800, you pay an extra $100 per payment and make a biweekly payment of $900. Overpaying your mortgage moves up or accelerates the date when your mortgage is paid in full. Accelerating your mortgage can shorten the term of your mortgage by a number of years and save you tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in mortgage payments and interest expense. The sooner your mortgage is paid in full, the sooner you can start making mortgage payments to yourself instead of a lender. It's important to point out that you can start overpaying your mortgage at any time over the life of the loan. So even if you've been making regularly scheduled payments on your mortgage for years, you can apply mortgage acceleration at any time and reap the financial benefits. I'm going to walk through the calculator now. As you can see from the way the page is laid out, the inputs to the calculator are on the left side of the page, and the outputs to the calculator are on the right side of the page. The inputs are the information that you provide or select, and the outputs are provided by the calculator after you click the calculate button. It's important to highlight that if you ever have a question about an input, simply hover your cursor over the icon to the left of any input rectangle, and it reveals a brief description of the input and the information required. The first input is mortgage amount. This is the original amount of your mortgage. I'm going to use $300,000 in this example. The next input is interest rate. This is the interest rate you are currently paying on your mortgage. If you click on the drop-down menu, it reveals a wide range of interest rate options, and I'm going to select 4.25%. The next input is mortgage term, or the length of the scheduled mortgage in years. Please note that with a biweekly mortgage, you pay off your mortgage prior to the scheduled term, even without acceleration. So a 30-year biweekly mortgage is actually paid off in year 26. If you click on the drop-down menu, it reveals a range of options from 10 years to 50 years, and I'm going to select 30 years. The next input is mortgage start date. This is the date of your initial payment on your mortgage. If you click your cursor in the input rectangle, it reveals a calendar. And please note that the calendar allows you to select past dates. So in this case, I'm going to say that the start date for our mortgage is March 1st, 2012. Mortgages almost always start on the first of the month. Next is overpayment start date. This is the date when you start overpaying or accelerating your mortgage. I'm going to select March 1st, 2014. The final biweekly overpayment amount. I'm going to input $100. So we're going to accelerate the mortgage by $100 per payment. We have submitted all of our inputs, and I'm going to click on the calculate button, which will produce our outputs. The first three outputs look at the mortgage with no acceleration and provide a baseline for what the key mortgage outputs would be if we did not overpay our loan. The first output is the estimated biweekly mortgage payment, which is based upon a mortgage amount, interest rate, and mortgage term. The next output is the number of required biweekly mortgage payments, so 668 in this case. This is the scheduled number of payments we have to make if we don't overpay or accelerate our mortgage. The next output is total interest expense over the life of the mortgage. This is how much interest we pay to the lender if we make the scheduled required mortgage payments. It's a lot of money. The next set of outputs show the mortgage with acceleration, so factor in the overpayment we're making of $100 per biweekly payment. First, we show the amount of overpayment that we've inputted, so $100 in this example. Next, we show the required biweekly mortgage payment plus the amount of overpayment. So this is the actual mortgage payment you make using mortgage acceleration. The next output is the number of required biweekly mortgage payments with acceleration. And as you can see from the following output, we have reduced the number of required biweekly mortgage payments by 115. So by using mortgage acceleration, we have significantly shortened the length of our mortgage. The next output is total interest expense over the life of the mortgage with acceleration. So if you compare this figure with total interest expense without acceleration, as you can see, we've reduced total interest expense by $34,000 by applying mortgage acceleration. At the bottom of the page, we have a chart that shows amortization, or the breakdown between principal and interest over the life of the mortgage when we apply acceleration. As you can see from this chart, we have cut almost 4 years off of our mortgage term. It's important to highlight that you can change the calculator inputs without having to refresh the page. So if I change our biweekly overpayment from $100 to $150 and click the calculate button, the outputs update automatically without having to refresh the page. And the graph at the bottom of the page updates automatically as well. After you've reviewed the calculator scenarios that apply to you, you can click on the Compare Lenders button at the bottom of the outputs and review a table with interest rates and fees for lenders in your area. If you have any questions about the freeandclear.com biweekly mortgage acceleration calculator or any mortgage topic, you can always click on the Ask an Expert button at the top of any page, and that will take you to our Ask a Mortgage Expert feature where you can submit your question. The feature is free to use and we never spam. We also encourage you to check out the Free and Clear Mortgage Acceleration section to review an in-depth discussion of how mortgage acceleration works and how you can use it to save thousands of dollars. Thank you for reviewing the freeandclear.com biweekly mortgage acceleration calculator.